What's up, everyone? Talk about a couple Robinette Biden related stories. This one, just real quick. The moron tried to pretend like the Capitol tour that was given on January 6th, Capitol tour, was the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. This guy should know a lot more. He's been around hundreds of years. He's seen tons of things. Twitter roasted him. Let's take a quick look at some of those, and then we're going to get into something else that Robinette was talking about that just came out. Glenn Greenwald says January 6th was worse than 9/11, and then he goes on, or Pearl Harbor, or the Oklahoma City bombing, or the dismantling of civil liberties in the name of the Cold War and the War on Terror, or mass surveillance. Greenwald getting at him, just keeps on going. The war on drugs, mass incarceration, Jim Crow, the assassination of JFK. Jason Miller chips in with 9/11, Pearl Harbor. Jerry Dunleavy chips in with 9/11 as well, Flight 93 that was headed for the U.S. Capitol. Dunleavy also chipped in with JFK. Then he mentions the Lincoln assassination. Garfield, McKinley, JFK all assassinated, Teddy Roosevelt being shot. Reagan shot and almost died, Oklahoma City. People seem to get the major stuff. The Weather Underground bombed the Capitol here in 71. The May 19th communist organization that bombed the Capitol in 1983. Interesting how selective Robinette's memory is. Is he actually demented? Or is the person who wrote the speech for him 15 years old and doesn't remember any of the stuff that happened, particularly 9/11? But it's what most intelligent people know. It's trying to frame the narrative against Trump and the right, because it was an attack on their safe space, their sanctuary, if you will. They can cheer Black Lives Matter and Antifa smashing up streets to the tune of billions of dollars, and it's still going on now. None of those people are getting prosecuted. I should say very few. Those aren't seen as the enemy. When they smash your small business, smash your streets, burn down your Wendy's, punch you in the face, no problem. But when somebody kicks their feet up on Pelosi's desk, takes some of her stationery, put some shit on the floor. Granted, that was pretty funny. But when they step to their safe space, it's the worst thing ever. Biden, I just can't. Okay, check this one out. Biden's proposed ban on menthol cigarettes would hurt black communities because it would lead to more policing and prison sentences, ACLU and civil rights groups warn. So there's a couple things at work here. One, obviously, the stereotype. And stereotypes are, by and large, rooted in statistical data. They say here, among black smokers, 85.8% smoke menthols, while menthol smoking only makes up 28.7% of cigarettes. White Americans smoke. It's not so much a stereotype thing, but it's more of a question of how much government involvement do you want? How much intervention? Right, like the soda ban in New York City that happened a while back, and how you see cigarette ads that aren't allowed to air anymore. Cigarette taxes being increased. Like, I don't smoke. I know very few people that do, and I wouldn't be around them that often because I just don't want to smell the stuff. But it's interesting here. Okay, so that's one side of it. But the other side here, where the ACLU and civil rights groups are talking about more policing and prison sentences, because just thinking about it, the basics of it, you would say, okay, well, then these groups are admitting to fact. Blacks only smoke menthols, and that's kind of the joke, and I'll show you something that I found. I just wanted to do some research on stereotypical black things. It wasn't me who did it, I swear. This article's from a black person, so it's safe, it's okay. We're cool. But they're saying, okay, well, if you take away the blacks' menthols, then the blacks basically are so dumb and so pathetic and so much of losers that they're not going to be able to control themselves. They need their menthols. So you're going to have police there. You're going to have excess prison sentences. Because those blacks, they can't go smoke anything else. They're just a slave to those cigarettes. You're telling me that these groups are out there kind of saying, if this is taken away, the menthols, there's going to be some underground black market of menthols. That to me seems like what they're saying. Is that how you interpret it? They're basically saying that they think prohibition, if you take these things away, the blacks are going to be like, man, fuck it. I got to have my menthols. I'm going to go commit crime to get my menthols now. I'm going to go get them on the illegal market. Giving people no credit whatsoever. None. This is what I was talking about. I just decided on a quick search on DuckDuckGo, black people stereotypes, food. I just attached food to it because if I just had black people stereotypes, it wasn't giving me what I was looking for. I was trying to get something related to cigarettes. I know it's not really food. Hit the search, and then I clicked on this one. Food that black people like from Hello Beautiful. You see Kool-Aid here and watermelon fried chicken. Okay. So I was like, all right, that's going to be something. That's probably what we want. And I'm going somewhere with this. I'm sure you probably get where I'm going here. Crack cocaine tops Urban Dictionary's list of black people foods. I would assume that's kind of a troll or something like that. Urban Dictionary's list of black people food. I don't know why they have number 1, but then number 2, crack cocaine. Let's get this bitch out of here. Kool-Aid. Peach mango, I don't know if that's preference in the community. Sweet potato pie, I've never had it. Looks pretty good. Mac and cheese. Love me some mac and cheese. Black-eyed peas. Candied yams. Catfish is good. Collard greens. Dumplings. Is that... Black people love dumplings? Is that true? Huh. Watermelon. All right. Gravy. Mashed potatoes. Cornbread. All these are pretty good. Fried chicken. I mean, good tasting. Gumbo. I've only had gumbo one time, and it probably wasn't legit gumbo. It was at a restaurant. And that's all they had. So what I'm getting at here is if the administration is looking to step this up because of cancer rates and things like that, if they're looking to intervene, then what about this? What kind of damage does this do to the arteries? Heart disease, diabetes, fried chicken, cornbread's good. Love me some cornbread. All of these food items here, these could be next on the chopping block. What about watermelon? Might spike your blood sugar or something. Dumplings, I got nothing on that. Collard greens, pretty healthy. Fried catfish. Some of these things here are mac and cheese, definitely. You know that one. Black-eyed peas, pretty healthy. The pie. When you have your small gathering this 4th of July, which you'll be allowed to do if you've been vaccinated, only amongst other people in your household or other people who have been vaccinated, you're only going to get one piece of sweet potato pie. According to the administration, Kool-Aid, you know what they say, grape soda, Old English, things like that. So is Old English next? It's alcohol. It could cause cirrhosis. It could cut your life short. Daddy knows what's best, and Daddy's name is Biden. In the Daily Mail article I commented, and of course it doesn't pop up because they moderate comments and mine rarely show up. I said simply, if you don't smoke menthols, then you ain't black. Just give some context to the article here, a little blah, 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 boring stuff. Now, on Wednesday, the Washington Post reported that the Biden administration was expected to announce the proposal to ban menthol cigarettes soon, which would set off a process with the Food and Drug Administration that could take years, but would be applauded by anti-smoking and other civil rights groups. Interesting how it's framed as a civil rights group, but yet they're taking away your rights. We're a civil rights group. And they don't have them named here, so I'm not going to act like it's all of them or that's always the case. But yes, we're here to protect your civil rights by taking away your rights to live your life how you want to do it. Like I said, I don't smoke, never smoked, never will. The stuff's disgusting. It smells. You're gross if you do it. Stop killing yourself. But if you want to kill yourself, then kill yourself. People have that right, and they should have that right, in my opinion. For as gross as it is, it goes to a greater kind of authoritarianism that we see with this administration, that we know better than you what's best for you. Anti-smoking groups, along with some civil rights allies, have pressured the federal government to make the move because they say the tobacco industry has aggressively targeted black communities when pushing the mint-flavored smokes. But the ACLU, drug legalization, and other groups have countered that the move had the potential to create large underground illegal markets, and that's what I was talking about. They're basically degrading the black mindset. And this is just me thinking this through in kind of a cynical manner, but it's what I said earlier. They're saying, hey, you, we know you're dumb. We know you're addicted to menthols like a zombie. And if we take these away from you, then you're going to go underground. The illegal cigarette market, you're going to be paying $5 for a Lucy now. I don't know. Okay. In addition, underground cigarette sales would be a massive law enforcement problem for states, counties, and cities, since all states treat unlicensed sale of tobacco products as a crime, Eric Garner, usually as a felony, punishable by imprisonment. The letter said, in the end, tobacco policy will no longer be the responsibility of regulators regulating, but police policing. All bad either way. Our experience with alcohol, opioid, and cannabis prohibition teaches us that that is a policy disaster waiting to happen, with black and other communities of color bearing the brunt. And with every issue that ever comes up, with any excuse, with any situation where there can be an excuse, this is the common verbiage. It is cut and pasted into everything, with black and other communities of color bearing the brunt. Wait, hold on. Let me try that again. With black and other communities of color bearing the brunt. Was that robotic enough for everyone? Cut and pasted every time. Menthol is a compound found in mint plants and has been added to cigarettes since the 1920s. Menthol cigarettes have long been considered the gateway cigarette. Gateway cigarette, huh? For young people when they start smoking, I thought vaping was the gateway now. The Biden administration can unilaterally ban flavored cigarettes and cigars without the help of Congress. They do say here, remember they talked about 85.6% of blacks preferred menthols. 46% of Latinos smoke menthol, 39% of Asians, and finally, 28.7% of whites. Finally, we're finally. We get mentioned fourth. I get what they're doing. But it's funny they didn't mention this up in the article comparing blacks, Latinos, Asians, and whites. It was just black and white because that's what it always is. Let's look at some of the comments. They say Massachusetts. Actually, if you saw that up there in the title, it's the only state that's banned menthol cigarettes in the United States. Oh, before we get to the comments, look at this. They made sure to show a map here of states in the U.S. that have legalized, or all states, and then how their stance is on marijuana. Medically, marijuana broadly legalized. Here you see it here through the dark green. Light green is recreational, and then no laws yet, mostly states throughout the South, red-leaning states. Surprisingly, Wisconsin hasn't gotten on board. You'd expect some of these states, maybe North Carolina, to get on board with that soon enough. I'm not a smoker, but shouldn't the choice be left to the consumer? They've already accepted its health consequences at that point, and that's exactly what I was saying was, how much more government intervention do you want to invite into your lives? Now remember, they used to be able to smoke everywhere. Now it's seemingly nowhere. I don't get it. Can't smoke menthol, but can smoke a joint. He bans menthol as it's a gateway product, yet he's legalizing marijuana. You're not smart enough to make this decision on what you want. Uncle Sleepy Joe will make the decision for you. Now, excuse me, you've got that wrong. It's Sleepy Uncle Joe. You've got to get that right. I love the BDS on the site. It is hilarious. I never thought there would be so many crybabies after the elections. It is really great. So we got a pro-Biden here person. That's funny. I would say, sure, there's some of that. I don't doubt it. But again, it's what I always say is, why would you want to live in a society where government controls you? It's the same thing with so many things we're going through. Tech censorship, all these other forms of your speech getting cracked down in so many areas. Oh, it's favoring my team, so I support it. It never stops unless you stop it. It'll keep going and going and going till eventually you see some of your rights stripped away. But that's okay, because even when they strip away your rights, the civil rights groups will tell you it's for your own good. Stripping away your rights. That's what we're here for as civil rights groups. Thanks for checking out the video, everyone. Take care and be well.